It's time for Eastmont Wildcat girls basketball on the NCW Life Channel. High school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. TC Slingers, they'll place the material for you. Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center. Les Schwab Tires in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The Windmill Restaurant in Wenatchee. And the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. Now let's go courtside at Eastmont High School alongside Grant Olson. Here's NCW Life Sports Director Eric Granstrom.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Eastmont High School for senior night for both the boys and girls teams here as they entertain the Davis Pirates along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCW Life Channel. Well, Grant, senior night, you got first the girls up first, and playoffs are right now.
They are right now. You know, it's weird to say that this is kind of a statement game for the Eastmont girls, but I think it really is. You know, they've been in a lot of games this year. They've kind of lost down the stretch in a lot of those games, and there's a lot of kind of juxtapositioning happening right now for playoff spots and where they're going to go and maybe host a game. So this is a big game tonight for the Eastmont girls. On the other side of the coin, the boys, Eric, we're going to see one of the best teams in the state play tonight in Davis. As you mentioned earlier, we're talking maybe even a couple of D1 players on this team. So the Eastmont boys have their hands full tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fun both games tonight.
Well, they wrap up the season on the road on Friday night. Last chance for these seniors to play at home. You got 4 Eastmont girls, 4 Eastmont boys that are all playing their senior night tonight. There's a lot of pride involved with that, too.
I think that gives you maybe an extra 6 points maybe in the game on each side. I don't know. And I think there'll be a lot of adrenaline going, a lot of energy in this building tonight. The band's here tonight. So looking forward to some good competition tonight.
And also a gold ball will be here tonight. It's not a basketball, it's a bowling ball, because the girls 4A state champions from right here at Eastmont are going to be on display as well, be recognized here at halftime. That's huge for this school, and hey, that can carry over into other sports.
You know, it really can. It's all momentum in sports. You know that, Eric, but boy, what an accomplishment. Back-to-back. That's hard to do in any sport, so congratulations to the bowlers for sure.
We'll come back and talk to Felice Sorrell, the head coach for Eastmont, as we continue here from Eastmont High School. It's senior night, and it's the Davis Pirates and the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll come back with more right after this timeout on the NCW Life Channel. Pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel. Now time to talk with Coach Felice Sorrell here on the NCW Life Channel. And it's brought to you by TC Slingers. No need to place the bark, the gravel, whatever the material is. They'll do it for you. Well, Felice, senior night tonight. It's emotional for your 4 seniors, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's emotional for me, too. I coached these guys as freshmen, so they were kind of my babies. And they're all just really great kids, and they brought a lot to our program. And just seeing them grow, I mean, I'm sure every coach faces that in their career. So, yeah, I mean, exciting but sad, too, for sure.
Is there a change in the lineup to get the 4 seniors on the floor at the same time, but you're also still positioning yourself for the postseason, too?
Yeah, I mean, we have a kind of similar lineup. Bryn's kind of been popping in and out, but, yeah, we'll start our 4 seniors tonight, which we've kind of been doing all season anyways, so nothing too out of the ordinary.
It's been a grind all season long, I know, with injuries and sickness and things like that. How are the girls as we come into the next to last game of the year?
It was nice. We just had our bye week, which was nice. We had some rest, and we got some, had a nice week to really focus on these guys. So I'm feeling like we're in great shape tonight.
So you come in tonight, Davis, in front of you in the standings. You know, it's all about positioning for the playing game for next week for Eastmont. This is a chance for you guys really, though, to make a statement of, okay, we're ready for this.
For sure. This is a big game. I mean, really to say who we are, too. We've been talking all season. There's been ups and downs, and it is. I mean, I don't mean to put it on our girls tonight, but who are we? It's definitely time to show it tonight and step up and take advantage of home court and senior night.
I know you got another game Friday, but how strange would it be that after all these games, you already played Wenatchee 3 times, it could be a 4th next week? I mean, it's possible.
It is possible. You never know, and that's why we need to take care of business tonight, because I'm hoping we can just lock down 4th and then have a home court against probably West Valley. So I'm good with that. So we just need to take care of business tonight, yeah.
Okay, well, enjoy senior night. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Felice Sorrell joining us here on the pregame show, and our talk with Felice brought to you by TC Slingers. We'll come back and get your starting lineups and get you the senior night performance as well, coming up on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eastmont High School, right in the middle of the senior night presentation for the girls here, as Emily DeFore and her parents and brother out there on the floor right now. The other seniors being announced here tonight and celebrated on senior night for the Eastmont Lady Cats: Emma Simpson, Nia Peasley, and Maddie Chandler. And also they've got the managers, senior managers being recognized. Hey, it's seniors for everybody.
Absolutely.
Got to recognize them. So congratulations to all the seniors and all the hard work all over the years to put this in. Emotional, Grant, and somehow you got to put those emotions in check or put them in the right form so you can use those emotions to play well tonight.
You know, you can say what you want, but it is an emotional thing. You're playing your last home game ever in your high school, and it's a big deal. It just is. And like you said, if you can channel that into the right way, into a positive thing, which Eastmont girls need to do tonight, it can be a good thing.
Absolutely. The managers, by the way, Brenda Gonzalez, Lizeth Banuelos, and let's see, the C team for an exchange senior student is Maria Seastack, escorted by Coach Jones out there. So giving them recognition where recognition is due. So 4 seniors for the girls, 4 seniors for the boys. I guess what you look at this too, Grant, is that, well, the future looks pretty good. I mean, when you only have 4 seniors, you know, that's experience you're losing. But, you know, that means also if you're able to put together a few wins along the way and get a lot of experience for these underclassmen, it's going to bode well for the future.
You know, you look at players like, Britt Vaughn or Bryn O'Rourke, these great young sophomore players. There's a lot to build on here at Eastmont. There's no doubt about that, but a great senior group here for sure.
Yeah, and emotions running high for the families, also for mom and dad out there. You know, I mean, you start thinking back,
grandma and grandpa.
Exactly, and you start thinking, man, oh man, how could it possibly be? I remember when my daughter was a senior. You've been through that yourself.
Yep.
Is that how in the world? What happened? I mean,
where did time go?
Just a little bit ago, I was dragging them around to Saturday tournaments, you know, and they're playing in little kid basketball.
Absolutely.
And now they're out here as a senior, for goodness sakes, and the season's almost done. Pretty soon they're going to be walking across the graduation bridge.
Pretty soon. Now, my daughter just had her 10-year anniversary class reunion. 10-year, yeah.
You're old, Grant.
I am old.
Well, there you go. That is the seniors on senior night here as we get ready for the starting lineups here for each team. They're going to have a little bit of a chance to warm up a little bit here with all of the sitting that's been doing. So let's take a look at the lineups here on the NCW Life Channel. First for the visitors, the Davis Pirates. They're already locked in the number 3 spot as far as the district tournament is concerned. Right. So they will host a play-in game next Tuesday. The starters here for Coach Aaron Smith. She's assisted by Shag Williams, James Kindle, J.R. Washington, and Violeta Avila. Stella Bueno is a 5'5 senior guard. She wears number 4. Also getting the start for Coach Smith here tonight for the Davis Pirates with a record of 6-4 in Big 9 play, 9-9 overall. Drew Billups, a 5'8 junior guard, wears number 10. Eliza Berman is a 6-foot junior guard forward. She wears number 11. Imani Brown is a 5'7 senior guard. She wears number 12. And number 42, Lachlan Hoberg, a 6'1 sophomore. She's the forward for the Davis Pirates. Those are the lineups for the Pirates. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Lady Cats, is announced by their head coach, Felice Rell, coming in with a record of 4-6, 8-10 overall on the season. Right now in 5th place fourth place in the standings. They'd love to hang on to that. I was talking with Russ Waterman, the athletic director for Eastmont, before the game, that if Eastmont wins tonight and wins next week, great, but West Valley has its last game of the season tonight. They're playing Eisenhower. Eisenhower comes in 0-10. Yeah. So chances are West Valley is going to win tonight. So they'll finish the season at 5-7, no matter what Eastmont does. And then next week they got to play a very good Sunnyside team. Yes. Or on Friday they got to play Sunnyside. So chances are they go. A great week would be 1-1 for the week to knock off Davis here tonight. But even still, looks like they're going to finish in that 5th spot and be on the road for the first round of the play-in for the basketball tournament next week.
Scheduling not in the favor of Eastmont there, Eric. Having to play at Sunnyside that last game, boy, that's a tough one. Maybe Sunnyside will be kind of resting a little bit. They've already clinched the number 2 spot. Eastmont maybe can catch them on maybe an off night. You never know what can happen, but that's a tough game to finish.
Absolutely. You know, and honestly, I was wondering about that. I was going to talk about that in our pregame for the boys game, is that Davis has already locked up the number 1 spot. They're already ranked well in the states as we get to the postseason. Do they rest guys tonight and keep them healthy? They've got a game tonight, a game on Friday. play, or do you play them a half or something like that?
I think you get the feel of the game.
Yeah.
You know, your team gets a lead, maybe double digits or maybe 20 points or more, then the starters come out. That's what I would do anyway.
Had a squirrel moment there, folks. Let's get the rest of the Eastmont lineup here.
We always get off track.
Felice Arell's assisted by Joel Barnes, Gabby Gonzalez, and Shay Jones. Here's the lineup. As she mentioned, she's going to go with her seniors tonight. So Emma Simpson, a 5'8" senior guard. She wears number 10. She is a spark plug for the Eastmont Lady Cats on offense and on defense. Nia Peasley getting the start tonight, a 5'8" senior. She's a post player, wears number 12. Also, the starters for Eastmont tonight, Caitlin Cox, the only non-senior going to get in the lineup here to the start, a 5'6" junior guard, wears number 14. Maddie Chandler, a 5'8" senior guard, wears number 22. And Emily Dufour, what a career she's had at Eastmont, a 6'3" senior forward. She wears number 24.
And Eric, watching her mom walk out with her tonight, I see where Emily gets her height now. Her mom's pretty tall.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So those are the lineups. We're warming up here, getting ready for basketball tonight. Coming up on the NCW Life Channel. We'll take another 1-minute timeout, and they'll come back for anthem and such like that. And we'll also introduce our officials for this ball game. And it's our, well, all things being equal, our last regular season broadcast. We'll
That's kind of emotional too, Eric.
I know. I got to grab.
Where did time go?
I got to grab a tissue. We'll come back. Eastmont Davis coming up next on the NCW Life Channel. Back after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back here to Eastmont High School as we get ready for this matchup between the Eastmont Lady Cats and the Davis Pirates. I was looking down at the bench for Davis, and I see a very recognizable face. I was wondering when I saw the assistant coaches listed here for Coach Aaron Smith, Shag Williams. Shag used to be the boys coach at Davis for a long time. Yeah, he's a fantastic basketball mind, and good to see that he's still in coaching. Good to see that he's still part of the Davis makeup here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. Also by the Wenatchee Valley YMCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. It is the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. That's Confluence Health. Also, our coverage brought to you by the Windmill Restaurant and the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. Thanks to Jay Seebeck for being our line producer here and getting things all up and running. We've got Jessica Medina down here on the floor. We've got Michael Price up in the stands. I think they'll rotate back and forth for the boys' game coming up. But, yeah, it's hard to believe, Grant. I mean, it just seems like yesterday that we were here. It was December, and we're talking basketball for the first time and kind of getting the groove of things, and suddenly the season's winding down here last week.
I know, it's unbelievable. You know, some numbers going into this game, Eric. Both these teams have won 2 out of their last 3, and the last time they played back on January 12th, Davis won that one 51-41. So this is going to be a very tight ball game, I have a feeling, tonight. Both these teams evenly matched, and I think it's going to be a good one. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. They're announcing the lineups here in front of the pretty good home crowd here on senior night for the seniors for the Eastmont Wildcats. We mentioned the starters, and we'll mention the rest of the players as well. For the Davis Pirates, aside from their starters of Stella Bueno, Drew Billups, Eliza Berman, Imani Brown, and Lachlan Hoberg, Coach Aaron Smith suiting up tonight, Taylor Trujillo, Emily Chavez, Roxanne Alvarado, Alexis Rojas, Sharia De Leon, and Daisha Turnbull. They also brought up another JV player on. She won't see any time tonight, but she suited up, Deja Hyde. Did you play basketball, Grant?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you a starter? Were you a varsity guy?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yep.
I played up until I was a junior. Halfway through the junior year, I screwed something up and was done. I was not a varsity guy whatsoever. I mean, I was part of the inoculation crowd at Shea High School where they gave you the shot that made you allergic to a basketball anytime you touched it. But believe it or not, I was a guard.
Really?
I was a guard.
Wow.
We had one game where Mount Baker High School. This shows you how old I am too. It was on one of the old tartan floors at Mount Baker High School.
I remember him well.
For some reason, I kept shooting and it kept going in. So I had like 17 points in a JV game, and I played a couple of quarters, and the coach says, "Okay, you're suiting up for varsity tonight." And I was a sophomore at that time. I was like, "I'm suiting up with the varsity." I knew I was never going to see the floor except for the start, the warm-ups, and I was just hoping I wouldn't make a jerk out of myself trying to make a layup. But that's a big thing. So it's a big thing, to recognize Daisha Hyde for getting a chance to come up.
It's a good point. It really
and
is.
suit up for the varsity tonight.
It was, and I think when I was a freshman or a sophomore, you know how you don't want to get a lot of minutes as a JV, then you go sit a lot on the bench on the varsity, and that was even a big deal to some kids back in the day, and I'm sure that's what Deja is feeling tonight. It is a cool feeling.
Now for the Eastmont Lady Cats, aside from their starters of Emma Simpson, Nia Peasley, Caitlin Cox, Natty Chandler, and Emily Dufour, Grant, they have the ability to have a much larger roster when it comes time for the postseason, but Coach Farrell just doesn't have it.
No, she really doesn't.
So the subs tonight, Cassidy Cunningham, Britt Vaughn, Alexa Heimbigner, and Bryn O'Rourke. So that's our lineups. We are ready for the anthem, and we'll be ready for the tip coming up after this break. You're watching the NCW Life Channel. It's Eastmont. It's Davis coming up next. Stay right there. Welcome back here to Eastmont High School, and was that a national anthem or what?
Holy cow.
Sorry you missed that, folks. Nyania, I think was her name.
Right.
Fantastic job on our national anthem here as we get ready for this matchup. Next to the last game of the season for the Eastmont Wildcats. They will get to the postseason. They will play in a playing game next Tuesday. We just don't know where.
That's right. That's what makes this fun, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It really does. The unknown right now. You have to play your best basketball right now.
And as Coach Harrell said, and as we mentioned in the pregame show, Grant, this is a statement game. Come out here and show that, those last 2 out of 3 games that you've won is not a blip on the radar. This is you're playing your best ball at the right time.
And maybe you deserve to be that number 14. We'll see.
So Davis in the black uniforms trimmed in orange and white. Eastmont still gathering with the seniors out there. They got 4 seniors in the starting lineup, along with Caitlin Cox. So that's your lineups. Eastmont with the whites trimmed in Columbia blue and red. Emily Dufour will jump it up with Lachlan Hoberg, along with Grant Olson, Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. We're ready to go. The official tips it high in the air, and the ball tipped into the hands of Emma Simpson, who will run the offense here for Eastmont. Stefan Fromm, Jeff Graham, Ray Harder are officials from the Chelan County Basketball Officials Association. A high pass down low, stolen away in the corner away from Caitlin Cox, but it goes out of bounds off of Davis, so we'll be out to Eastmont as we're just underway here at Eastmont High School tonight. That's pretty good, even with senior night starting here 2 minutes early.
All right.
How about that? Peasley goes left side. Emma Simpson's going to shoot a long 2-pointer. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up, but then stolen away by Dufour. She tried to feed it across to Simpson. Goes out of bounds. It will be a turnover by Eastmont and Davis basketball. For the emotions of the night, Grant, you got to get a spit going in your mouth to get the moisture back.
That's a good way to put it. You really do.
Take a big old gulp, get a couple of trips up and down the floor. Here's a bounce pass down low for Holberg. She'll turn on the paint, then kick it outside. Comes out to Billups with the drive. Off the mark with a shot, no good. Rebound tipped around. Picked up underneath by Davis. We'll get a whistle, and a foul going to come against Eastmont here, I believe, on the floor, or they're going to call a held ball.
Nice job by Billups that time, though, Eric. Crashing the boards, that offensive rebound. She's got a couple rebounds here early on.
Inbounds pass comes outside to Drew Billups. She is a player. You watch her definitely for Davis. I've been watching her since she was a freshman. Wing right, it goes to Bueno. Bueno goes right side to Berman. Berman beyond the arc now feeds down low for a shot by Billups on the run. Rebound on the miss, picked up by Dufour. Outlet pass to Simpson. Emma runs it up, looked at the shot. She'll kick it down low. They'll go to Caitlin Cox underneath. The shot, by Peasley's no good. Rebound underneath by Dufour, and out to Simpson for a 3. Good.
Nice position, nice offensive rebound by Dufour, kicking it out to Simpson for the nice 3-pointer.
First point to the ball game for Eastmont. They lead at 3-0. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. Just underway at Eastmont High School tonight on senior night. Jump shot from 15 feet off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Simpson. Dribbles between the defense and now dribbled it off of her chest. I don't know there. The defense touched the ball, Grant. I think you give her the benefit of the doubt. If the defense touches it, you can regather that ball.
Absolutely.
So it's a turnover. Comes against Eastmont. They're up 3-0. 6:23 to go here in the first. It's been a while. You guys have been giving me nights off. It's been a while since I've done any play-by-play.
You haven't missed a beat, Eric.
Lachlan has it out top. Hoberg, that is. And the ball tipped away. Nice job by Emma Simpson stepping in front of the passing lane. It's tipped over to Caitlin Cox. She'll bring it across the midcourt stripe. And the head nod by Simpson over there, directing traffic with her head. Now high post. They'll go to Peasley. Shot from the free throw line. Rattles out. No good. Rebound picked up by Davis. Underneath is Eliza Berman, the 6-foot junior, brings it across the midcourt stripe. She also has some basketball chops on her. Left side it goes on the wing. Here's the drive by Billups. We're going to get a reaching foul on Eastmont. Our first whistle of the ball game against the defense. And this one's on Cox. That's Caitlin's first personal foul, first team foul. Inbounds pass baseline left side for Imani Brown. Brown bounce pass wide open for the shot by Stella Bueno. First bucket of the ball game for Davis. They're going to press here on the inbounds pass.
Well, that's how you draw that play up, Eric, right there. A backdoor pass, perfect.
They get it up to Cox. Caitlin's going to shuttle it up from the elbow right, missed the shot. Rebound long out to Davis. Bueno feeds down low. Nice bounce pass underneath. Turnaround shot up off the window. No good. She got her own rebound. Did Billups. Put back again. Got her own rebound. Put back this time is good. Boy, 3 to get 1 there for Drew Billups. And our first lead change of the ball game. 4-3, Davis on top. Midcourt, Maddie Chandler collects it for the Wildcats. Goes left side with it to Cox. Cox bounce pass into DeFore. A little bit too deep. She'll kick it outside for Simpson for the drive. In the paint with the shot. Bounces, won't fall. Rebound touched. It goes out of bounds off of Eastmont.
Peasley almost snuck in there, got position and got her hands on that one, but just out of bounds.
Eastmont kind of a little disjointed here, I would say, in the first few moments of this one. 4:52 to go in the first quarter. 4-3, Davis on top. Feed pass ahead to Hoberg. Now outside for a long three-pointer. Too strong, no good off the back of the iron by Bueno. Rebound picked up by Eastmont. Peasley hit the floor. She gets up. Caitlin Cox works out the offense. Gives it to Simpson here near side in front of the Davis bench. Goes high post to Peasley. Had the shot. Bounce pass into DeFore. Missed the shot.
Beautiful pass.
Little, I think, touch there defensively by Hoberg, misdirecting the shot. Now here's a drive. Oh, goodness. Are they going to call a defensive foul there? I don't know. So many times the offensive player that time out of control going in the paint, but defense didn't have the position, so Caitlin Cox going to pick up her second foul quickly here for Eastmont, and 2 free throws coming for Drew Billups.
Not even halfway through the first quarter, 2 fouls. Interesting the philosophy difference here, Eric. Davis zone defense to start this game. Man-to-man for Eastmont here early on.
Bryn O'Rourke checks into the ball game for Eastmont to replace Cox. Meanwhile, Hoberg will take a seat as in comes Emily Chavez for Coach Aaron Smith. One more free throw to come for Billups. Missed the first one, makes the second one, and gives Davis a 2-point lead.
2-2-1 zone press.
Long pass inside, stolen away. Beasley just didn't have position there, as stealing it was Imani Brown. Another turnover for Eastmont. That's already 3 turnovers in this ball game. 5-3 the score. And speaking of turnovers, Davis gives them a gift right back. The ball went out of the hands of Stella Bueno. I think she was looking what she was going to do with it before she gathered the ball in.
It's a lot like a wide receiver in football. They're trying to run before they catch it, and that's what happens.
Inbounds pass comes in to O'Rourke, so Bryn will run the offense now. Maddie Chandler has it on the wing inside to DeFore. Beautiful pass to Simpson across with the shot. It's good.
Nicely done.
Emma Simpson with all 5 of Eastmont's points. Our first tie here at 5. 3:51 to go in the first.
I also like the mismatch Eastmont has now with Hoberg on the bench. They should take advantage of that with DeFore on the other end.
Ball trickled out of bounds off of Emma Simpson, poking at it outside. So it goes out to Davis with 19 on the shot clock, 3:43 on the game clock here in the first quarter, all tied at 5. Right side on the wing to Bueno. Bounce pass. Billups had it, but O'Rourke bumped her. No call. O'Rourke comes up with a basketball.
She likes the rough stuff. We're going to see a lot of that when Bryn's in the ball game.
Right
She's
side.
got such great energy and hustle, though, doesn't she?
She really does. She doesn't care. And there comes a three-pointer.
Or that.
Bryn O'Rourke off the bench, hops a 3, 8-5, Eastmont on top. Our second lead change of the ball game. Bueno down low for a long two-pointer from the corner, missed by Berman. The rebound foul going to be called on the floor before the shot. As again, Davis collecting rebounds here, Grant. They've got the early advantage. And the foul is on Maddie Chandler. That's her first. 3 team fouls already against Eastmont. Here comes Britt Vaughn into the ball game to replace Peasley. Also, Alexa Heimbigner comes in for the Wildcats.
To answer your question, Eric, 9 rebounds for Davis, 3 so far for Eastmont in this first quarter.
Goodness. Roxanne Alvarado, meanwhile, checked in for the Davis Pirates. Inbounds pass comes into the paint. Wide open was Berman, but she bounces it out of ways. DeFore comes out on the defense on her. Good defense there by DeFore. Now it comes into the hands of Imani Brown. She'll run the offense. Top of the key, drives down the lane, throws up a shot. No good. Emily DeFore with a rebound. Brown looks like she's shaken up. Meanwhile, outlet pass to Simpson. Emma's going to drive it. She'll draw the foul and almost the bucket.
Wow.
Boy, there's some rough play going on in this first quarter. Foul's the first one on Davis. It's on Drew Billups. That's her first personal foul. Inbounds play for Eastmont. Imani Brown needs to come out and get a breather here. She got punched in the guts there, looks like. Ooh. Meanwhile, baseline right side for Emma Simpson. Lob pass into DeFore. DeFore put the ball down. You hate to see that. The ball stolen away, but she got it back. Lobs it back outside. Here's Heimbigner with a drive. And, O'Rourke. And a foul going to be called.
And Billups got her just on the forearm.
And that's the second in a row on Drew Billups. So Coach Smith turns towards the bench and tells Lachlan Hoberg, we need you back in there for some height. Meanwhile, to the free throw line for 2 shots, Bruno Rourke.
I think Coach Smith kind of felt the same thing I mentioned, Eric. A little bit of a mismatch with DeFore and with Hoberg on the bench.
Yep. So Hoberg comes in, and I didn't see who came out. Nonetheless, 5 on the floor for Davis, and 1 more shot for Brent O'Rourke. And the rebound, Britt Vaughn almost had it. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's out to Eastmont. Good hustle by Britt Vaughn. And just, that off the bench spark plug Eastmont always is looking for, and she delivers most of the time.
She's amazing.
Emma Simpson with a lob pass out top to Heimbigner. And Alexa runs the offense, tried to pass left. The ball over and back going to be called here as it was touched in the backcourt by Emma Simpson. Then she had to chase it down. Good defense by Davis. Another turnover for Eastmont. Their 4th here in the first quarter. 2:30 left in the first. 8-5 Eastmont on top. Kind of a rough and tumble off-kilter game so far here on senior night. As Buena runs the offense, picked up outside by O'Rourke. Looked at the give and go, turning at the ball. Oh my gosh. I heard the slap from here. And yeah, there's a foul.
I think that's a foul.
I think so.
It might be the most obvious one we see tonight.
Yeah. Or here.
Yeah, right.
We can have Braille TV for that one. 2:18 left in the first. Inbounds pass by D. I have no idea what that means. Other than a base pass inside. There's a shot from the left side, and it's off the mark. Wow. No good. Taken and missed by Chavez. Rebound offensive again here, and Hoberg in the paint. Shovels up the shot, and I think Britt Vaughn's going to get 2 in a row here for Eastmont.
That's the problem with being an aggressive, high-energy player. Britt, a lot of times, gets into foul trouble because of that style of play.
So Lachlan Hoberg will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Again, offensive rebounds. Killing the Eastmont Lady Cats right here.
We've had 6 here in this first quarter. Offensive rebounds alone.
Wow. Hoberg off the mark of that first free throw. That's the only thing really beneficial for Eastmont here so far, as Nia Peasley will come back into the ball game. Meanwhile, 1 more free throw for Lachlan Hoberg. It's good. 2:08 to go here in the quarter. 8-6 our score. They break the press, but the ball stripped away from Emma Simpson. And the official says it went off of her out of bounds.
Interesting.
Another turnover, 5 here in the first quarter. And that's a lot to do with the defense supplied by Davis.
Really, it is.
Not so much Eastmont giving the ball away.
It's such a low-scoring game right now, too.
It really is. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We've got 14 total points scored in this one. Almost half as many fouls as we have points. Here's a lob pass underneath. Rejection by Emily DeFore. Ball picked up by Peasley. Lob pass ahead. Here's O'Rourke outside of the goal. Heimbigner for a 3-pointer. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound fumbled around. Picked up outside by O'Rourke. She'll dish it back to to Simpson. Simpson rifles it inside. Here's a turnaround jumper off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound. Put back. Good. Nia Peasley with the 2. Timeout going to be taken here by Davis. A 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here on the NCW Live channel.
That's the kind of hustle they need on the offensive glass for sure for the Eastmont Wildcats. Nice anticipation by Nia Peasley that time. Right place, right time. Easy layup on that putback.
Eastmont with their largest lead here as we have the break on the timeout by Davis. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Wenatchee Valley YMCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. It's the YMCA. And Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. A reminder, we've got hockey night coming up on Thursday night on the NCW Live channel. It starts at 7 with the Call of the Wild in Clarkie's Corner, followed by Coquitlam and Wenatchee from a few Fridays ago at the Town Toyota Center. And then coming up Friday, more basketball as we wrap up the regular season. Wenatchee hosting Eisenhower. Girls and boys starting at 5:40 right here on the NCW Live channel.
Interesting, Eric. Britt Vaughn back in quickly with those 2 fouls on the court again.
Well, I think probably Felice Sorrell just gave her some coaching points on the bench saying, look, we appreciate you being aggressive, but you got to stay out of foul trouble here. And Vaughn comes up with a rebound and then bumps in the backcourt.
Let's get back.
4 is on Bueno.
Britt Vaughn, she's got tape on the shoulder, knee brace. You can tell what kind of player she is out there.
Yeah, one of our cameramen and producers, Uriah Darby, was telling me, he goes, those girls' games, I see them on the floor more than I do on their feet. Lob pass down low. Here's a 3 from O'Rourke off the iron. No good. Rebound Peasley. Put back, rims off. No good. She hit the floor hard, and she's yet to get up. But Eastmont still with the basketball. Bodies on the floor all over the place. Carnage everywhere. Shot by Chandler off the mark. No good. Hoberg horses down the rebound. And Davis with the basketball. Off to Imani Brown. Brown slows it down here. Lets everybody gulp a big breath of air with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Trailing it by 4. 10-6. Bounce pass underneath. Backdoor. Beautiful.
Nice play.
Layup and good by Bueno.
Bueno has that kind of keen sense to get open, and she's done it twice now, kind of on backdoor plays.
Very slippery. Vaughn with a shot. Rims won't fall, but she will get a couple of free throws. And good aggressive play for her. The foul is on Roxanne Alvarado. Her first 4th team foul. So we've got, 9 fouls and 18 points. So
amazing.
Yeah, half as many fouls as we have scoring here in this first half. But Britt Vaughn's going to try to add to that here and get into the scoring column. First free throw is up and good. Nice job by the 5'8" sophomore. And Britt, she's just a sophomore. She probably has some growing to do. They list her at 5'8" right now.
Right.
She might get a couple more inches before she's done. And they're going to say a lane violation on Britt. She knew that shot was off the mark, tried to get her own rebound.
She did.
A little bit too aggressive there coming across the line. So 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. 11-8, Eastmont up by 3. As Davis will bring it across here. Bueno looking left, goes right with the ball. Now lobs it down for Alvarado, collects it back, and we're going to get a foul here.
Bryn O'Rourke reached in there, Eric. Got a very smart foul towards the end of this quarter, and it was on the arm again.
How many times have we said that?
Oh,
there?
boy.
Within the last 60 seconds of a quarter or a half, don't foul. Unless you're, end of the fourth quarter and you have to get the ball back. Hoberg has it out top with 13, with 12, with 11. They'll feed it off to Alvarado. Now to Braun in the lane with a right-handed runner off the mark. No good. Look out, Britt Vaughn. She almost picked up her 3rd foul right there.
Boy, she sure did.
Oh, goodness.
That wasn't just a over the back. That was an extended over the back.
It was, because she held on to the ball after Brown ripped it down towards the floor. And Vaughn's going to come out. And nice substitution here for Felice Sorrell. And the inbounds pass comes into Hoberg with 3, with 2. They'll kick it outside with 1. They're not going to get the shot off.
Wow.
How about that? By the way, subbing in there was Cassidy Cunningham right before the end of the quarter. So 11-8 our score. Low scoring, rough and tumble affair here at Eastmont. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. You're watching Davis and Eastmont on the NCW Live channel. We're back after this. Welcome back once again to Eastmont High School, ready for the second quarter of action, and it is Eastmont basketball as they lead it 11-8. And a lot of fouls in that first quarter, Grant.
Boy, I guess. Not many turnovers, Eric. I got 9 total on both teams. 5 for Eastmont, 4 for Davis.
Yep. Eastmont with the basketball. Emma Simpson out there along with Maddie Chandler, Nia Peasley. DeFore, and now a turn and a shot from outside by Caitlin Cox. It's good from downtown. Caitlin was asking for that ball. As soon as DeFore got it down on the block, she was saying, here, over here, I'm wide open.
And don't you get the feeling, Eric, that Eastmont's kind of settled now into this game a little bit? You mentioned a shaky start. Now they're settling down and they're playing some basketball.
Absolutely. Turnover here by Davis. This ball went off the hands of Alvarado. Off of her foot, goes over the midcourt stripe, so over and back the call. And it is Eastmont basketball after the turnover, the 5th here of the first half unofficially for the Davis Pirates. Lob pass across. They go try to go weak side to Maddie Chandler. Chandler lets the ball go out of bounds. It went off of Davis. Slow to get up over there is Imani Brown. Boy, she's been on the deck. She's been
really
holding her solar plexus. She's, having a tough game so far physically.
But that was a great example how coaches don't like those cross-court passes, Eric. That happens more times than not.
Well, especially one that flutters like that. It seems to be in the air forever. Kick outside as Davis in that zone continuing. Here's Simpson for 3. Well, Eastmont saying, okay, you're going to sag inside, make a shoot from the outside. We'll take it. 17-8. Suddenly Eastmont up by 9, their largest lead here this first half. 7:05 to go in the half as Alvarado running the offense goes left side with it to Berman. Berman picked up out there by DeFore. Counts on her. Finally gets it off to Imani Brown. They circled it around on the perimeter to Alvarado on the wing right with 6 on the shot clock. Down low it goes with 4. Bueno just throws up a prayer. Hit the rim and no over the back call. Goodness gracious. DeFore flings it ahead for Simpson. Simpson stops and pops from 12. Too strong. No good. Rebound picked up by the shortest person on the floor for Davis. Bueno. Now bounce pass across. Hoberg took 3 steps in the key. The official shaking his head down there saying, no, that wasn't a walk. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Sorry. Yes, it was. Lob pass inside for DeFore. And outside of Cox. That was a walk as well. And she'll get the shot from 5 feet.
Beautiful
down a
head fake, though, to shake that defender and make her way to the hoop.
Well, the officials letting them play.
Yeah, they sure are.
19-8 the score. Eastmont on top by 11. Largest lead of this first half. Here's a jump shot from way outside. Rebound weak underneath by Davis. How did DeFore give that ball up to Imani Brown?
What a great job of getting position under there. She stands, 5'7". Emily DeFore 6'3", and she got position that time. That's a great example of how you can get position on a taller player, use that body, and that's what Brown did there.
And, sometimes you can be guilty of looking up where the ball's going rather than getting your eyes around to see who's around you to block them out.
Right.
So the foul is on Emily DeFore. That's her first. Already 17 fouls on Eastmont. So Davis can come right back into this just by shooting free throws. Imani Brown made the front end. That's her first point of the ball game. The 5'7" senior will have one more here. Try to cut the lead to within 10. Missed the shot. Rebound tapped around. Picked up by Berman. Her putback is no good. Peasley fighting for the rebound now. Had black jerseys all over her. Came up with it. Over to Eastmont's Emma Simpson. Simpson on the drive here on senior night. Puts up the runner with the right hand for the right side. No good. Rebound picked up by Berman. Berman pestered back there like gnats at a picnic after your sandwich. Here's a pass into the forecourt. Down low it goes to Brown. Brown lobs it up. The ball tipped. It's saved right back to DeFore. DeFore dribbling, lost the handle. Another turnover. Back and forth we go. Turnovers on both sides. And now Bueno comes across the midcourt stripe for Davis. Bueno with the kick to Brown over on the right side. Stripped for a moment by Simpson. Stripped again. Fell down. They're going to call a foul. I think they're going to call this on Emma Simpson. It is on Emma. That's her first. We're going to have one-on-one here for Davis as Imani Brown will step to the free throw line as Davis trails it by 10 with 5:07 to go in the half. 19-9 the score. Boy, this is a rough game.
This is how you put a team back in the game, Eric. You stop the clock. You put them in a bonus situation early in the second quarter, and that's how you let a team back.
Well, meanwhile, the rebound on the missed free throw goes out of bounds off of Eastmont. So again, Davis, another offensive opportunity. Too many of those here in this first half as well. So the inbounds pass by Brown down in the corner. Lobs it outside to Billups. Billups on the drive. Left-handed runner. Good over the top of Emily DeFore.
That was tough.
Billups has 5 to lead Davis, 19-11. Eastmont needs a bucket this time down the floor. Davis has gone to a man, looks like, on this time down the floor here for the Wildcats as a lob pass across to Simpson. She'll drive with a paint, put up the prayer. It's good. No, what are they going to call? I think the official's calling an offensive charge. Oh, he didn't call it a charge?
I think he called it travel. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Interesting there. Heck of a shot by Simpson.
Wow. So not awarded the shot. Instead, ball goes over to Davis. So the Pirates with Bueno in the paint. Kicks it across. Here's Billups with the ball blocked from outside. Nice job by Simpson. 2-4. Up ahead to Cox. Stops, pops, and drains it.
Nicely done.
Caitlin Cox. How about Caitlin? 7 points in the quarter for Caitlin. 21-11. Eastmont back up by 10. Here's an answer that the Wildcats needed. 4:12 left here in the first half. Now outside all alone is Alvarado going up against that Eastmont press here. And they'll hand it off to Billups. Billups going to drive it with the left hand. She can. The ball rejected this time, though, by DeFore. Lobs it ahead to Cox. Is it too far for her? She stops, needs some help, wraps around to DeFore, lays it up. Missed the shot. Rebound, Peasley, put back, fouled, and she'll get free throws. DeFore limping a little bit after that exchange down the floor. Nia Peasley got a finger in the eye, and the foul's going to be called on Imani Brown.
Peasley has 5 rebounds in this half, 3 of them offensive. Great job on the board.
Gracious, we got a 60-second timeout here. I think we're going to have to bring out the ambulance here soon, for goodness sakes. It is a Pirate timeout. We'll take a 60 on the broadcast as well and come back. 21-11 our score. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel. 3:48 to go here in the half. 21-11 our score after the timeout taken by Davis. It'll be Nia Peasley to the free throw line for the first time for her tonight for Eastmont. Wildcats 1 of 4 from the line so far. First free throw rattles out, no good.
I like what Coach Jarrell did here, taking Emily DeFore out, putting Britt Vaughn in because Hoberger's on the bench for Davis right now. That's a good substitution with 3:48 left in the half.
And I hope Emily's okay. She came up a little bit limpy after that last transition down the floor here. Very rough game here tonight.
Oh,
the shot by Peasley's no good. Rebound picked up by Bueno outside. Outlet to Billups. Billups drives it all the way, lays it up, missed the shot. Rebound tapped around. We're going to get a foul on the rebound.
Might be.
If that's on Vaughn, that would be her third. Emily DeFore quickly comes off the bench, so it is on Britt Vaughn. 3 fouls on Vaughn. 9 team fouls on Eastmont. Bonus for Davis, and to the line to shoot 1-on-1, Eliza Berman. Be the first time for her at the line here tonight for Davis. Pirates, let's see, 2 of 4 in the first quarter. They're 1 of 3 so far, and missed this one. But an offensive rebound again. Billups going to shoot a 3-pointer. Good. 21-14, and a timeout taken by Felicia Rell. That's a good timeout here, Grant.
It
is. 30. We'll
really
keep it right here. The girls just can't keep giving up these offensive rebounds.
Hoberg has 7 rebounds this half, 4 of the 7 offensive. And you're right. You just can't give that up on the offensive end.
And it's not so much. Yes, she is the tallest Pirate out there at 6'1". She's a sophomore, but she's just right in the right position, as are the rest of them when they're down there getting those offensive rebounds.
Absolutely. And Imani Brown proved you don't have to be 6'1" or 6'3" to get the rebound. Just get position underneath.
Absolutely. 21-14 our score as we wind down this first half of play. Eastmont on top, and well, the Wildcats, to me, just looking at this game so far, I think they're the better team here.
I do too.
I think they should win this game, but they got to play a little bit smarter.
They do.
As after the timeout, Eastmont basketball working against the press. Lob pass up into the front court here for Maddie Chandler. Chandler hands it back to Cox. Caitlin looks for the play from the bench, works it on the wing left, now out top to Chandler. Chandler looking inside for DeFore. DeFore working against that threat, and now we're going to get another travel call on that little head fake, and Eastmont having a heck of a time with that here tonight.
Got to put the ball on the floor before you take your first step. That's the bottom line, and we see it every game. Doesn't matter if it's boys, girls, we see it every game.
Absolutely. 21-14. We talked about the Shag Williams, the assistant coach for Davis. He's in our ear here tonight. Grant is half deaf on one side right now. And a drive down the lane. Another foul going to be called. Goodness gracious, the fouls here. Eliza Berman going to get a couple of free throws. And the foul is on Eastmont's Bryn O'Rourke. That's her second. So Emma Simpson with 1, Caitlin Cox with 2, Maddie Chandler and Emily DeFore with 1 each, and Britt Bond with 3 on the bench right now for Eastmont. That's 10 fouls in this first half. First free throws good by Berman. And we talked about that, Grant. You just can't continue to put them at the line and not expect that lead to shrink.
Clock stops, so they're not burning any clock.
Second free throw up and good by Berman. She makes both ends. She's got 2 points of the ball game. They missed a sub here. Didn't get Emma Simpson in. 21-16 the score. Under 3 to go here in this first half. O'Rourke's going to run the offense, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Eastmont. Goodness gracious. So I didn't get the number. He said that was on Nia Peasley?
I think it was. It wasn't Bryn O'Rourke.
Well, he said player control, though, and that's the person with the basketball.
Interesting.
So, well, that was O'Rourke with the ball, and that would be 3 on O'Rourke if that's the case.
I didn't see anything
She's
on the
still out there.
scoreboard either.
No, it's got to be on Peasley. They still didn't put it up on the board.
No.
I'm going to give Peasley the foul here, and this one will come on Caitlin Cox. That's her third personal foul. He's almost not going to have anybody left.
Just saying, we'll be out in the second half.
Maddie Chandler comes off the bench here. Meanwhile, to the free throw line for 2 shots is Stella Bueno, and a 5-point differential with 2:38 to go here in the half. Free throw no good.
Come on, Stella. Working too hard. Give me your money.
Second free throw coming up here for Bueno. It's good.
Here we are, 4-point game now, Eric. Approaching 2.5 left in the second quarter.
Eastmont desperately needs to not turn it over and get some points here. DeFore with it out top, picked up by Hoberg. Down underneath, she'll pass it up to Peasley. High off the window with a shot, no good. Rebound by Hoberg again. Boy, she's all over the glass here tonight. Outlet pass to Billups. Billups going to shoot a long 3-pointer. Rims won't fall. Rebound by DeFore. Outlet pass, kind of stripped, but coming up with it was Caitlin Cox. 2:11 to go here in the first half. Bounce pass, wide open. Peasley turnaround shot, too strong off the window, no good. Rebound again to Davis. Billups with it, under 2 to go here in the half.
Make them work. Make them work.
Left side of the wing to Berman. Berman picked up outside. Another whistle away from the ball this time. And this one's going to be a foul on the offense. And this one's on Drew Billups, and that's her third personal foul.
Wow.
Substitution for both sides as Alexa Heimbigner comes in to replace Caitlin Cox for Eastmont. Also back into the ball game is Roxanne Alvarado here for Davis. 4-point game. Goodness gracious. Inbounds pass to DeFore. Back to Simpson. Davis calling off the troops on this press here. Simpson brings it across the midcourt stripe. Comes right side with it, and Amani Brown taps it out of bounds. It's out to Eastmont. 1:41 to go here in the first half. Eastmont by 4. They've led by as many as 11 here in this ball game. DeFore bumped outside, drives it, cuts it off there at the baseline. Across court to O'Rourke. She put the shoulder down. She's cut off there, so she'll pass it back outside to Simpson. Emma on the drive, stops and shoots the left-handed shot from the elbow. It's short. Rebound picked up by Davis. On the run, here comes Amani Brown with a 1:22 to go. She'll drive it, shoot it, make it. 2-point game.
Just like that.
3 points for Brown of the ball game. 21-19 the score. Heimbigner inside. Now a foul going to be called as Peasley collected the ball on the block down low, and this foul against Emily Chavez, her first.
Puts him in the bonus, huh, Eric?
It does. 17 fouls now on Davis and Nia Peasley.
Good timing.
At the free throw line for 1-1. She missed 2 moments ago. She's got 2 points in the ball game. Got to make your free throws when you're given that free chance. She makes the first. Holberg comes back in here for Davis, and she'll replace Emily Chavez with 1:11 to go here in the half. Felice Sorrell looks down at her bench, and she's got her hands tied right now. Everybody's got fouls all over the place. Paisley back to the line. Free throw on the way. Rims won't fall. Emma Simpson trying to work against Holberg for the rebound, but Holberg comes up with it. Boy, she is an impressive sophomore.
10th rebound this half.
Goodness. 22-19 the score. Eastmont by 3 with 1:03 to go here in the half. Outside to Bueno. On the drive. Bueno, left-handed run on the way. Offensive foul going to be called. Emma Simpson with great positioning down underneath.
We said it before, Eric. She gets one a game at least, and here it is in this game, and she's so great at getting position underneath that basket.
And that is all about awareness, floor awareness, and quick feet.
And guts. You got to stand in there and take it.
Yeah, that too. Inbounds pass by Peasley in the backcourt. Now we're going to get a foul called, and this one's coming on Davis. And this foul is on Eliza Berman. That's her first personal foul. My goodness.
How can she only have one?
The officials are going to have to go in halftime and open up their whistles, pull the peas out, put them in the dryer to dry them off for the second half. Free throws coming up for Emma Simpson here with 57.2 seconds left. 1-1, the front end is good. Substitution here for Eastmont. I think Felice Sorrell's looking up in the stands right now of who she can grab to put a uniform on at halftime.
Well, she's got Gabby Gonzalez on the bench right beside her.
There's a ball handler for you. Emma Simpson with one more free throws. Manny Chandler checked in. The rebound on the missed shot by guess who? Holberg again. Lachlan with 11 rebounds now.
Yes.
She can have 20 for the game.
Amazing.
23-19. Eastmont by 4. Going to work for last shot is Davis here with 17 on the shot clock. Well, they can't quite do that. Holberg collects it high post, picked up by Peasley. She'll come across. Here's a long shot by Berman, way off the mark. No good, but guess what? Another offensive rebound. Outside, now Berman's going to shoot the three-pointer, but she traveled first with 30 seconds left. I lost track of the turnovers, Grant.
Well, I've got 8 on Eastmont, 6 on Davis right now.
Yeah, I had 8 and 7, so we're right in the ballpark there. Lob pass ahead, and it's a turnover. And we're just talking
Make it
about
9.
that,
Yeah.
For Eastmont, Heimbigner can't hang on to it. Collecting in the backcourt, Alvarado. They'll get it up for a three-pointer from Imana Brown. That's off the mark. Boy, the shooting percentage for these teams.
Oh, Davis especially, Eric. It has just been
not good.
Rotten.
That's the best thing for Eastmont here in the game is Davis can't hit a barn door right now. 14.4 seconds left here in the first half. 23-19 the score. Wow. Emma Simpson hits the deck again. Foul going to be called. And it is on Imani Brown. That's her second.
Well, we got the clock malfunctioning. That's part of the problem up there.
And I ran out of ink with all these fouls in my pen. All right, 8 seconds left. Here comes Emma Simpson across the midcourt stripe with 6 with 5. She'll drive it. The ball rejected. Imani Brown has it with 3 with 2. She'll launch from half court. Rims off.
Wow.
Good. And a chance. Well, entertaining no matter what. So they're going to break out the Band-Aids and put a lot of wound supplies together here at halftime.
15-minute first half, Eric.
Goodness gracious. 23-19 our score at halftime as Eastmont leads it here over the Davis Pirates in a battle of attrition here tonight. We'll come back after a 2-minute break and I'll see what's left of the foul situation for both teams. We'll also recap that first half for you coming up after this 2-minute break. Again, our score at half, 23-19 with Eastmont on top. We're back after this. Eastmont cheer team entertaining the crowd here at halftime at Eastmont High School, where the Wildcats lead on senior night 23-19 at half. They led it 11-8 at the end of the first, led by as many as 11 to start that second quarter of play, but then Davis kept reeling them back in with all of these fouls in this first half. Unbelievably, we've got the foul situation. We're going to do that before we do anything else here.
That's the big stat of the first half.
Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fouls called against Eastmont in that first half of play. Brenna Rourke with 3, Britt Vaughn with 3, and Caitlin Cox with 3. Grant, that's a problem.
It is a problem. I mean, we joke about it, but
they only have 9 players suited up and available for varsity tonight. You foul 3 of those out, you're down to 6.
Then you're in trouble.
You got 1 sub.
Right. And, that second quarter started out. Eastmont had a 6-0 run to start off that second quarter. I thought, here we go now. You got a lead, and here we go. And it just slowly disintegrated throughout that second quarter.
It got pretty ugly there fast. A lot of fouls.
Well, as we mentioned, it's a good thing that the Pirates are shooting so coldly right now. I mean, it's one of the coldest shooting performances I've seen in a half by anyone. 23
fouls called in that first half of play. We had a total of 22 free throws shot.
Wow.
And Davis 50% from the free throw line, 6 of 12. Eastmont 3 of 10 from the free throw line in that first half of play. Let's take a look at the scoring for the Eastmont Lady Cats in that first half, led by the 9 points of Emma Simpson. Hey, we're kind of laughing and joking about this. It's not for a lack of effort by Eastmont here tonight at all, by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, this is a tough and humble game, and there's a lot of fouls in this one because there's a lot of people hitting the deck.
Yeah, that's a rough game. That's why there's a lot of fouls. I don't think they're unnecessary calls. These are fouls, and they probably let maybe 5 to 10 fouls go in that first half.
They did. Caitlin Cox with 7 points, Nia Peasley with 3, Brenna Rourke with 3, and Britt Vaughn with 1 in that first half of points. That's talking about points here. Meanwhile, for the Davis Pirates, they're led by the 8 points of Drew Billups, 5 for Stella Bueno, 3 for Imani Brown, 2 for Eliza Berman, and 1 for Lachlan Hoberg. But Hoberg is what she's doing on the glass, and what the Davis Pirates are doing on the glass, Grant, that's making a big difference here in this ball game so far.
11 rebounds for Lachlan Hoberg, the sophomore, and 5 of those have been on the offensive glass. 4 rebounds for Stella Buena, who's the smallest gal on the court. She has 4 rebounds, 4 for Drew Billups also, 3 for Berman, 3 for Alvarado off the bench. 25 rebounds in that first half for Davis. Eastmont, a little bit different story. Emily DeFore leading the way with 7. She has a couple of offensive rebounds. Nia Peasley, to me, has been the best rebounder for Eastmont in that first half. She ended up with 5, but 3 of those 5 were on the offensive glass. 1 for Britt Vaughn, 1 for Brenna O'Rourke, 15 for Eastmont. So they've been out-rebounded by 10 in that first half and lead it by 4 points.
Yeah, and they've also turned the ball over more than Davis did. 10 for Eastmont, 7 for Davis in that first half, unofficially, of course. But, that was a lot of forced turnovers by the defense.
It was, and I think it goes back, Eric, to the cold shooting by Davis. If they're out rebounding the team by 10, if you're making some of those shots, you should have the lead.
Yeah, well, and that's, if you're Coach Felice Rell right now, you got to be thanking your lucky stars. You're up by 4 at halftime, and you got to have a stern talk with the girls here about walking out. You can't give up that many second chance opportunities because Davis missed most of those in the first half. They might not miss half of those in the second half, and that's a different ball game.
And here we are, Eric, the second to last game of the season, and you're 3 of 10 from the free throw line. There's really no excuse for that either. There just isn't. By this time of the season, you should have this down as many free throws as they shoot in practice every single day. That shouldn't be an issue this time of year.
Now, that being said, as we mentioned, this is a rough ball game. This is not a typical Eastmont ball game. We see Brenna Rourke that's out there willing to scrap it up. We see Maddie Chandler that's willing to throw an elbow here and there. We see, some of the Wildcats that are going to be rough and tumble kind of kids in games, but they're not used to this kind of rough and tumble type of game that we've seen so far with Davis in this first half. 23 fouls called. There's a lot of bodies flying all over the place.
And you know what, Eric? If you're a recipient of a hard foul, you go to the line, you're still feeling it on your arm, maybe your hip, your knee. So that kind of affects the way you're going to shoot that free throw too, because you're still feeling the pain of that hard foul you just received.
Well, and with that too, there's the bodies. You're throwing everything into it, everything you got into it to try to get after every loose ball, to try to get after every defensive play, to try to get after every shot, every rebound you possibly can. When you do that, especially tends to be more with the girls than it is with the boys. Bodies out of control. You're hitting the deck. You're spraining your ankle, as we saw Emily DeFore look like she came down awkwardly towards the end of that first half. Hope she's okay, because Eastmont's definitely going to need her here for the second half.
There's no doubt about that, yes.
We'll take a 2-minute break and get you ready for that second half as the Eastmont Wildcat Band plays here at halftime as the Wildcats lead the Davis Pirates in a very low-scoring first half. 23-19 our score at half as we got a ball off the head. See, this is a rough and tumble game. We'll come back after this 2-minute timeout. And I need a Band-Aid now, too. We'll be right back on the NCW Life Channel. We are here at Eastmont High School getting ready for the second half, 23-19. I might need a sub, Grant, for the second half.
But Lachlan Holberg did come over and say she was sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
She did. That was nice of her.
Davis warming up. You didn't probably see it on camera. Davis was warming up here to start the second half, and their little layup drill got out of hand. Literally came over and smacked me right in the head. I think I hung up with Caitlin, our producer, back in the studio at that time, too. So, all right, here we go. I'm in the concussion protocol as we start the second half.
We just put Eric under the tent behind us.
Yeah, the blue tent was up for a moment. We're good now. I was able to answer the questions. We're at Eastmont High School, and Eastmont up 23-19 at halftime. And my name is Eric. Here we go.
How many fingers am I holding up, Eric?
Too many. I can't see them. Got to put the bifocals back on. All right.
Eric, if I'm Coach Smith, I'd tell my team at halftime, be more under control, because a lot of that cold shooting in that first half, they flung a lot of shots up there that probably weren't makeable anyway. They just got to stay in control.
Well, and Eastmont comes up with a steal there on the turnover. Emily DeFore stepped in front, so the Wildcats now with the basketball. By the way, Caitlin Cox, Nia Peasley, Emma Simpson out there for the Wildcats, along with Emily DeFore and Maddie Chandler. That's the lineup for Eastmont as Simpson feeds down right, lob pass into Peasley. Peasley lost the handle, touched by Davis, goes out of bounds. Eastmont will have it baseline right side with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Simpson baseline gets it into Peasley. Her shot off the window. Foul called. Missed the shot, but she'll get free throws. And I think this foul is going to be on Holberg. That would be her first.
She's been at the line a lot, hasn't she, in this game, Eric?
Yeah, Emma Simpson, let's see, or Nia Peasley's been, 4 times to the line. She's only made 1 of 4, as Eastmont was 3 of 10 from the free throw line in that first half of play. Again, 23 fouls called in that first half of play. We had 22 free throws shot, and Nia Peasley starts the second off a lot better from the line, making the front end. 7:25 to go here in the third. Just underway, second half, along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. Nia Peasley's second free throw up off the mark, no good. Rebound, chase for it down in the corner, and how about Peasley? Came up with it, feeds it outside to Cox. Caitlin spinning away from the defense on the perimeter, goes high posted to 4, rifles a pass across to Chandler. Outside to Simpson it comes. Simpson will back it away, run the offense here with 15 on the shot clock. Over to Peasley on the wing right. Peasley starts to dribble, stops at the free throw line, kicks it off to DeFore. Emily, had Peasley wide open, then throws it out of bounds.
That was too late. Peasley was open for about 4 feet away, and Emily just didn't see her in time.
Yeah, that pick and roll down the lane, she was wide open. 7:01 to go here in the third, 24-19. Just 1 point scored so far in the second half as we're a minute into it. Bueno out there for Coach Aaron Smith for the Davis Pirates, along with Imani Brown, who had a rough first half. Now to Bueno down on the baseline. She'll back it away. Bounce pass inside. Peasley knocks it out of bounds. Nia Peasley all over the place here tonight.
She's played a great game. 6 rebounds. You go with a lot of hustle so far in this one.
So it's Davis basketball, baseline right side, and the feed comes into Berman. Outside to Holberg, outside to Bueno. Bueno starts a dribble drive. Didn't see anybody, so she'll kick it outside for Billups. Billups on the drive, kicks it to Bueno for a long three-pointer. Rims off, no good. Peasley battling for the rebound. Billups tried to save it in bounds, goes out of bounds. It'll be out to Eastmont.
That was at Nia Peasley again at 5'8", Eric. Blocking out Holberg, who's 6'2".
That's what you got to do.
And just hustle. Just a hustle.
Absolutely.
Play. Love to see that. Emma Simpson clear back 75 feet away from the basket, calling the offense right now. As she comes across the midcourt stripe, picked up by Imani Brown, goes off the pick from DeFore. That was like a brick wall. Then feeds to Sedwall. Sedwall moves in the paint.
3 seconds.
And Sedwall was a little bit too much of a foundation there in the paint, so they call 3 seconds.
I like DeFore's turnaround jump shot. I don't think she needs to put it on the floor.
No. Inbounds pass to Davis. Imani Brown nearly plicked at the midcourt strike, but then pops it from the free throw line and makes it. And Imani Brown with her second field goal of the ball game, 24-21 3-point differential. I'm feeling this is going to be like this for this whole second half.
I do too.
Simpson tried to look at the shot. The ball rejected from her. We're going to get a held ball called or a foul. One official was going to call held ball. And Stefan Fromm says a foul, and the foul is on Emily DeFore. That is her second personal foul. You saw that too, right?
I did. Have we had a jump ball yet this game?
No, we haven't.
No.
So Bueno now kicks it off to Brown. Brown in the paint with the drive. Shot good. Right down the lane goes Imani Brown.
Her second consecutive shot like that.
They can't afford to have her heated up here. 24-23. Pass inside for Peasley. Peasley to DeFore. Shot on the way. Good over the top of Berman. I like it when she doesn't bring it down. Just keep it up and keep it high. Bueno across the midcourt stripe. Picked up there by Maddie Chandler. 5:16 to go here in the third quarter. 26-23. Eastmont by 3. Bueno down low to Berman in the corner. Berman starts a dribble. Picked up there by DeFore. Bodies in the corner. Bueno brings it out somehow. Gets it away from the defense. Bueno works off a pick. Then stops at the free throw line. They're going to call a foul on Eastmont on Maddie Chandler.
Wow. This game's going to come down to the winner's going to be the best free throw shooting team. That's just the way this is going right now.
And who's left on the floor.
Right.
We could have 5-on-4 by the time this is all said and done. Imani Brown with a baseline pass inside, down low, feeds it in for Berman for a long two, way off the mark, no good, but another offensive rebound, this time by Bueno. Again, shortest person on the floor, comes up with the offensive board. Inside to Holman. Holman's turnaround shot off the back of the iron, no good, rebound. Eastmont fighting for it, and two Wildcats bump into each other, lose the ball out of bounds. It's out to Davis, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Eastmont. A full timeout. We'll take a 60-second break as well. 4:45 to go here in the third. 26-23. Eastmont clinging to a 3-point lead. We're back after this 60-second timeout. .45 to go here in the third after the Eastmont timeout. 26-23 our score. Eastmont clinging to a 3-point lead. It'll be Davis basketball. Imani Brown will have it baseline left side. Whistle sounds, ready to go here. Ball in hand. Outside it comes to Billups. Billups picked up by Caitlin Cox. Eastmont goes to a man defense here. Billups sizes up the defense. Hands it off to Bueno. Bueno picked up by Maddie Chandler in the paint. Cuts her off there. Now to Brown. Brown has the ball rejected, but they're going to say a foul on the floor before the shot, and I think this one's again going to come against Maddie Chandler. It is on Chandler. That's her third. So now Vaughn, Chandler, and Cox all with 3 fouls, and O'Rourke with 3 fouls for Eastmont. Wow. Brown, bounce pass in the paint to Billups. Missed the shot. Rebound. DeFore can't squeeze it. Ball loose on the floor. And Cox fighting with it with Berman. And a timeout called for by Davis. And the timeout is whistled for the Pirates. You know, again, Grant, I think they got to revisit that rule.
I think we read each other's minds there. Don't you have to have control before you can call a timeout?
Last control was by Davis. They shot and missed. The rebound was loose. Nobody had possession. The ball's still bouncing on the floor, and yet Davis can call a timeout there.
I don't get that rule either.
Well, I don't care who it is. It seems to me that you need to have the ball in somebody's hand in your team in order to get a
timeout. Absolutely.
26-23. That leaves Davis with 2 fulls. Eastmont with 2 fulls and a 30 remaining here in this second half. And this just kind of has that feeling like we might go OT on this one.
It really does. I mean, halfway through the third, hardly any points on the board.
Amani Brown brings it into Berman. Berman works off the pick out top as Bueno shoved Emily DeFore. Now here's a three-pointer. Rims off, no good. Offensive rebound. Berman put back, no good. Rebound loose underneath. It goes out of bounds off of Davis and goes out to Eastmont. Goodness, how many offensive rebounds do they have?
It's amazing.
106, it feels like. Inbounds pass comes in to Emma Simpson. 4:05 to go here in the third. 26-23 the score. Simpson left side to Maddie Chandler. Lob pass in. Nice give and go. The ball missed on the shot, though. Simpson got her own rebound. Loose underneath. And DeFore comes up with it. Puts it up off the window. No good. Rebound loose underneath. Picked up by Amani Brown. Brown knocks over Maddie Chandler. Chandler hits the deck. No call. Here's a long two-pointer. Off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound again for the Davis Pirates underneath. And now we're going to get a foul called on this rebound as DeFore came up with it, and Billups going to be whistled for the foul.
DeFore did a great job that time on the defensive end. She didn't break her wrist. She held her hands up there straight up and didn't draw that foul, and that's how you do that.
4 fouls on Billups. Substitution for Eastmont. Britt Vaughn comes into the ball game to replace Nia Peasley. Bryn O'Rourke also trying to come in here, and she will, and replace Maddie Chandler.
Billups with 4 fouls, Eric, is gigantic for these Davis Pirates. She's kind of the spark plug on both ends of the court, and we'll see how that plays out for the Pirates now.
They had to pull her out and put Roxanne Alvarado into the ball game, did the Pirates. Caitlin Cox now running the offense for Eastmont, goes down to the baseline left, cut off there, goes high post, now a rifle shot inside for Vaughn, turnaround shot off the window, no good. Rebound picked up by Alvarado, the ball loose, it's nearly picked away by Eastmont, goes out of bounds, it is a turnover for Davis. 9 turnovers unofficially for the Pirates here in the ballgame. A couple of those in the second half. Eastmont still by 3. 3:19 to go here in the third. Into Cox. Three-pointer. Good!
Big bucket right there by Caitlin Cox.
10 points by the junior on senior night. Trying to send these seniors off with a win for one more game of the regular season on Friday. Bueno running the offense now. Goes wing left with it. Now high post. She'll go top of the key to Alvarado. Alvarado picked up by Bryn O'Rourke. O'Rourke with a steady stream of consciousness looking at her waistline. Now the drive by Brown. Off the mark with a shot. Offensive rebound again. There we're going to get a foul on the floor. They're going to call it against Eastmont. Holman came over the top of 2 bodies to get that rebound.
Including Emily DeFore at 6'3", and no foul there.
And they call the foul on DeFore.
Wow.
That's her third. 4 team fouls against Eastmont. Amanda Brown with an inbounds pass. Looking for... And now the ball comes in, and give Britt Vaughn some credit there. She flashed a hand in front of Berman. Berman lost the sight of it, then it hit her in the head and goes out of bounds. A turnover.
Britt Vaughn is so athletic. Don't you get the feeling this is the kind of basketball player, Eric, that if she plays this summer, maybe goes to a camp or two, this is going to be a different player next year.
Absolutely. Cox feeds down low to DeFore. Emily turnaround jumper.
That's the shot. I like Emily DeFore to shoot right there, Eric. About 12 feet away. Turn around. You're 6'3", long arms. Put it in.
All of her 4 points here in the third quarter. Eastmont extends the lead 31-23. 8 points here for the Wildcats. Bueno trying to answer here. Got a body flying in the air. Now Alvarado for a 2-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound defensively by DeFore. Splits the defense, feeds it ahead to Cox. Caitlin feeds inside to Vaughn. Vaughn fumbles it around, throws it up, and it goes in. Britt Vaughn with 2. Eastmont on a run here.
Wow.
Leads it by 10-33-23. 1:54 to go here in the third. Bueno with the dribble drive. Falls down. They're going to call a blocking foul on Caitlin Cox.
That is such a tough call. It really is. Shuffling her feet, moving like you're supposed to on defense. Your feet kind of get tangled up. It's going to go against the defender every single time. But I think that was good defense by Cox.
It was. Caitlin Cox whistle for the foul. We've got her for 4. They're not even showing us the fouls on the scoreboard anymore because I think they lost track. But I've got Cox with 4 fouls. So she comes out as Heimbigner comes in. Amani Brown lobs a pass out top for Holman. Holman down the drive and puts a shoulder into Emily DeFore.
Wow.
Missed the shot. Rebound by Emily. Good defensive board there. 1:41 to go. Eastmont trying to continue this run. Now Emma Simpson cut off on the baseline. Kicks it out for a 13-footer. Off the mark. No good. Simpson trying to get the rebound, though. I think they're going to call her over the top on the rebound. Down low. It is
another tough call
on Emma Simpson. That's her second.
Emily DeFore now double figures in rebounds with 10.
6 fouls on Eastmont. 2 fouls on the Pirates. 10-point lead for the Wildcats with 1:30 left here in the third quarter. This is a battle of attrition. Imani Brown, nice crossover step, drives down the baseline, throws up the shot off the window, no good. Rebound picked up by Britt Vaughn. Vaughn, outlet to Simpson. Emma slows it down, holds one finger aloft, and now the hang loose sign. What was that? I called it earlier this season. Now Heimbigner, backdoor to Vaughn, layup is good.
Beautiful pass, great backdoor look.
Vaughn, 4 points off the bench. Eastmont now to its largest lead at 12 here in the ball game. 35-23, under a minute to go. Imani Brown trying to answer and foul down the lane she goes. Hits the deck hard. Her teammates come rushing over to help her slowly to her feet. Ooh. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul, and she is just gingerly walking to the free throw line after the foul is whistled on Emily DeFore. That's 4 on DeFore.
Wow. This is going to be an interesting fourth quarter.
And that puts Davis in the bonus with a quarter and almost a minute left in regulation. Free throw by Imani Brown is good. Substitution, Berman comes in for Hoberg. Peasley and Chandler come in for DeFore and Simpson for Eastmont. Also Bueno replaced in the lineup for Davis by Trujillo.
We might see Emily DeFore. We're going to not see her the rest of this quarter, and probably a beginning of the fourth quarter, I'm guessing, too. 12-point lead.
Sit her for a little bit, and the free throw up and good by Imani Brown. She's got 6 in the quarter, 9 of the ball game, back to a 10-point differential with 48 seconds left here in the third. Heimbigner now runs the offense. Bounce pass over to Vaughn. Vaughn looking, ball fake, and a travel called.
Yeah, that's not that same thing we just talked about, Eric, in the first half. You got to put the ball on the floor first.
And you see that you could almost see the mind working. The mind's not quite with the body. Okay, I want to go this way. I'm going to head fake this way, but then, oh yeah, I got to put the ball down first.
Absolutely.
32 seconds left. Imani Brown with it beyond the perimeter, picked up by Chandler out there. Drives the paint, trying to just draw a foul. So instead, draws the left-handed lay-in. 8 in the quarter and a turnover by Eastmont in the backcourt as that comes into Jessica's lap over there on the turnover by Eastmont. That's 4 now here in the second half, 14 of the ball game. 19.7 seconds left and inbounds pass. We're going to get a whistle called, and this one's on Davis. Away from the inbounds play.
So we get a whistle every time down the court now, doesn't it?
Taylor
maybe
Trujillo.
Now, maybe it's been like that all game. I don't know.
Fourth quarter could take an hour and a half by itself. 19.4 seconds, and the lob pass ahead to Heimbigner. Heimbigner bounce pass into Peasley on the baseline right side. Shot good. Nia Peasley. 6 in the ball game for her. Back to a 10-point lead, 37-27. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Brown with it with 2, with 1, and lost the handle out of bounds, and that's going to be the end. There was 0.2 of a second left. So that'll be basically the end here of this third quarter. Eastmont with a nice run here, Grant, down the later stages of this third quarter. 37-27, our score after 3. We'll take a 60-second break, come back, fourth quarter on the way. You're watching Eastmont and Davis tonight on the NCW Life Channel. We're back after this. Supposed to be a 60. 37-27, Eastmont's outscoring Davis 15-8 in the third to grab a 10-point lead as we head to the fourth and final frame here. Eastmont basketball. Emma Simpson brings it in to Caitlin Cox out there along with Maddie Chandler, Nia Peasley, and Britt Vaughn. And a pass a little bit too high, a little miscommunication. Let's see. It's out off of Davis. Wow.
Yeah, Brown just got her fingertips on it.
Okay. 7:54 to go here in the fourth. They haven't changed the period up on the scoreboard yet. Maddie Chandler with the inbounds pass to Vaughn. Vaughn at Bourbon, all draped all over her. No foul called. Cox, that's been a theme here tonight. We had a lot of fouls called. We'd love to not hear a whistle here in this fourth quarter. I doubt that's going to happen. Bounce pass into Nia Peasley. Turnaround shot off the wind, off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound picked up by Davis. By Berman. Outlet to Brown. Lob pass ahead. Here's a long two-pointer by Alvarado. No good. Rebound fought for. Saved in right to Maddie Chandler. Britt Vaughn hit the deck. She comes up loping. And Chandler in the forecourt is hacked right there. Foul is whistled on Stella Bueno. That's her third personal foul. The fourth team foul against Davis. Again, Eastmont 7 team fouls. So Davis in the bonus here this entire quarter. The Pirates just got to be aggressive.
Absolutely.
Here's an aggressive drive by Cox. And Bueno flashing. I don't even know where Bueno came from there. Knocked the ball out of her hands out of bounds. It'll go out to Eastmont. Bryn O'Rourke comes into the ball game. Caitlin Cox is going to sit down. Cox sits saying, "What was that?"
What did I do?
Inbounds pass to Vaughn. They circled it around the perimeter. Now Chandler lost the handle on the drive and now fouls.
Boy.
So a turnover. And then compounding the issue, her fourth personal foul. And that is going to put Davis at the free throw line. And this is something that Eastmont cannot afford to do.
It's how they let the Pirates back in the first half, Eric. They had a double-digit lead. The clock stops. Davis makes free throws, get back in the game.
Davis 8 of 14 from the free throw line so far in this ball game. They were there 2 times in the third, both by Imani Brown. She made both. Here's Chavez with the free throw. Vaughn with the rebound. And we're going to get a foul on over the top called against Eliza Berman. That's her second personal foul. 5th team foul against Davis. Eastmont basketball, Emma Simpson. If you're Eastmont, do you stay aggressive or do you kind of try to slow it down here a little bit?
I'd use as much of this shot clock as I could for sure. To keep your aggressiveness, but use it towards the end of the clock.
Britt Vaughn with a shot, and it's an air ball, but it was the official says it was touched and goes out of bounds off of Davis. 16 seconds left here on the shot clock. 6:48 on the game clock in the fourth. 37-27, Eastmont by 10. Lob pass inside for Peasley, and she's fouled immediately as she tried to go up. Nice eyes by Simpson on the inbounds pass. The foul is on Stella Bueno. That's her 4th personal foul. And now quickly 16 fouls on Davis. We're doing pretty good for time to get to our second game, but yeah, we're going to be late here. There's no doubt about it. Free throw coming up for Nia Peasley. Nia is 2 of 6 in the game from the line. Make it 2 of 7. Substitution, here comes Lachlan Hoberg, the rebounding machine for Davis. Also checking back in Drew Billups with 4 personal fouls. Peasley one more free throw, getting the encouragement from Simpson on one side, O'Rourke on the other. And the free throw is no good. Rebound picked up by Davis, as it was Berman that comes up with it.
One thing about it, Eric, if Eastmont keeps this double-digit lead, they can keep to 4 on the bench a little bit longer than maybe Coach Arell would like to.
Billups with the ball out top now for Davis. They'll go outside on the perimeter to Hoberg, down to Berman. Berman picked up by Vaughn. Now she'll hand it off to Brown. Body on the floor. Brown drives it, shoots it, misses it. Nia Peasley with a strong rebound. Peasley comes up the floor with a absolute look of determination on her face. Passes it out top to Britt Vaughn. Vaughn's going to run the offense now to Simpson on the wing. Simpson on the drive. Stops. Cut off there by the defense. And has the ball tripped away from her and then fouls. So are they going to call the foul? What are they going to call it on?
I think Simpson, but...
Yep, it is on Simpson. So 2 of those in a row, it seems, where Eastmont gave the ball away and then fouled after that.
And you see that a lot. It's a frustration foul, isn't it, Eric? You get the ball. Nobody wants to get the ball taken away from you, and that's what happened.
And that's 3 fouls on Simpson. 19 fouls on Eastmont. They're going to break a record for fouls in a game here. Roxanne Alvarado to the free throw line for 101. First free throw up and good. And that is not what Eastmont fans want to see here as they cut the lead to 9 and a lot of time to go. 6:05 left in regulation. Second free throw by Alvarado, good. Well, you don't want to put her at the line.
No, you don't.
So Eastmont quickly back in transition. Nia Peasley got in front of everybody. Misses the layup. Goodness. Rebound picked up by Billups. Wide open opportunity. Missed it. Billups picked up by O'Rourke. Works off a pick out top by Berman. Now puts a left-handed shovel up. It clangs off the back of the iron. Almost broke the glass. Rebound picked up by Vaughn for Eastmont. Well, again, for Eastmont, I mean, they're just, Davis is shooting so poorly.
Oh, you don't have to be that aggressive and foul on the defensive end.
Emma Simpson on the drive around the perimeter on the right side is bumped. And, gee, guess what? Another whistle. And the foul is on Imani Brown. That's her third. And that is 16 fouls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. No, 7. That's a bonus and should be 1-1 for Emma Simpson.
Right.
No, that's only 6.
No, it's 7. It's 7. So Emma Simpson at the free throw line for 1-1. She's got 9 points in the ball game. First free throw is up and good. So one more to come for Emma Simpson now in double digits for Eastmont with 2 players in double digits. Caitlin Cox also with 10. Free throw up and good. Well, if you're going to give up the free throws, Grant, then you're going to make them when you get them to dance on your end.
Right.
Back to
maintain this lead.
Back to a 10-point lead for Eastmont. 5:23 to go. Wildcats trying to position themselves for the postseason here. Trying to come up with a victory here at home on senior night. There's a beautiful drive by Hoberg. Missed the shot on the left-handed lay-in, but a rebound chased down by Davis again. Hustle play for the Pirates. Off to Hoberg. Hoberg cross-court pass here near side. Alvarado for 3, and she hit the deck, but no call. Rebound picked up by Peasley. Outlet pass to Simpson. Emma brings it across the midcourt stripe with 4:55. Drives it down the baseline. Underneath, tried to reverse layup. The ball blocked away. Loose on the floor. Hoberg with it. Simpson with it. Held ball called, and I think that's what our first held ball call of the game.
I really do. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
No, especially girls basketball.
Right.
Timeout going to be taken by Davis. We're going to take a 60-second break as they do. 4:47 to go in regulation. 39-29. Eastmont on top. We're back after this. .29, Grant Olson along with me, Eric Grantstrom. I was just introducing you first because I was going to say 39 fouls have been called in this game.
Oh my gosh, 39.
22 against Eastmont, 17 against Davis.
Wow. I cannot think back to all the games I've done, and you probably either, of that many fouls in a game.
I had a game where I had 63 free throw shots. This was a Richland game, I think, against Kennewick way back in the day when I was down in the Tri-Cities.
Wow.
So they're checking with the official scorebook here. I've got you guys with one timeout left. I got you using all 2 of your fulls and 2 of your 30s. So the officials trying to make sure that everybody's on the same page here, literally. Eastmont has only used 1 full and 1 30, so they've got 3 left. But yeah, 1 left. That's what I've got too. So
you're right, my friend.
Okay. All right. 4:47 to go in regulation. 39-29, Eastmont on top. Davis basketball after they took the timeout here. Billups inbounds to Imani Brown. Back to Billups. Nice give and go there. Suddenly a 3-on-2. Berman now with a drive. Cut off there nicely by Britt Vaughn. Vaughn stole the ball. Loose on the floor. And a call going to be called against Britt Vaughn as she came over the top to get the ball once it hit the floor. She was good on the steal.
Double bonus now, Eric. 4:38 left in the 4th.
That's the 4th foul on Vaughn. So get this. Caitlin Cox, Maddie Chandler, Emily DeFore, and Britt Vaughn all with 4 fouls for Eastmont.
Wow.
Eliza Berman to the free throw line for 2 shots, and the first one is good. She's got 3 points in the ball game. She's now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 1 more to come. Second free throw, no good. Vaughn trying to squeeze the rebound. She's able to chase it down. Nice shot by Britt there. Caitlin Cox She was not wiping pie off of her chin. That's the play call. As Cox comes outside to Vaughn. Vaughn off to Simpson. Simpson now holds up an L. 4:14 to go. Simpson's going to shoot a long one. It's off the mark. No good. Vaughn rebound. Put back on the way. It's no good. Rebound this time picked up by Imani Brown. Brown brings it across the midcourt stripe. Slows it up here out to between the center circle. As Brown works it on the right side against Simpson. Crossover step. Stops. Looked at the shot. Went up and down. No call. Oh, goodness. That's a travel. Outside to Berman. Berman off to Billups. Billups stops, pops along three. Almost a bank shot from outside. If you're playing horse, that works. And now the ball out of bounds off of Davis and goes out to Eastmont.
Boy. That was interesting, too.
Yeah. Stella Bueno comes in. She's got 4 fouls. Drew Billups also have 4 fouls out there for Davis. 3:38 to go in regulation. 39-30. Eastmont on top. Inbounds pass comes in to Vaughn. Britt starts to dribble. Picked up by Berman. She'll drive it down. Boy, is she fast. Ran it all the way down. Put the shot up. Bailed out by the defense on that one. We had another whistle and another foul call.
I don't understand either, though. The official under the basket didn't make the call. The official out in the backcourt made that call.
Yeah. And we talked about that. Sometimes they have those anticipatory fouls where you think there's going to be contact.
Right.
And so they're starting to blow the whistle even before it actually happens. Free throw by Britt Vaughn on the way. Good. Well, Eastmont now 3 of 5 from the free throw line here in the 4th quarter. That's, in fact, their only points have been scored from the free throw line. As the lead is again 10. Vaughn, one more free throw to come. It's on the way. Rims off. No good. DeFore with an offensive rebound, though. DeFore looking for help with Hoberg right on her. And now a timeout going to be called by Felice Arell, the head coach for Eastmont. It's a full timeout. We'll take another 60-second break and come back. 3:24 left. 40-30. Eastmont on top. We're back after this on the NCW Live Channel. 40-30 our score. Eastmont basketball after the timeout taken by Felice Arell. So Eastmont's got 1 full and 1:30 left. 1 full timeout for Davis left. Pass inside to DeFore. Britt Vaughn kind of just redirected the pass down low. O'Rourke with a long 2. It's off the mark. No good. And a foul on the rebound. Wow. This one's on Caitlin Cox, and that means she would be disqualified. So Cox will be done for the night with 10 points. Meanwhile, we'll traverse ends and put Bueno at the free throw line for 2 shots. And Grant, we've chronicled this throughout. The amount of fouls called, and now Eastmont finding that battle of attrition as they lose bodies. And now a chance to score with 3:13 and the clock not moving for Davis.
And there's a lot of players out there that can't play less aggressive than they already play. They just can't do it.
Right. Britt Vaughn being one of those, and she's strapped with 4 fouls right now. So too is Emily DeFore, and so too is Maddie Chandler, and they're all on the floor right now for Eastmont. Bueno missed the first one. Second one on the way. It's good. Substitution. Alvarado comes in for Bueno. You were looking at the girls here for Davis close to us at the break there during the commercial. These girls are all beat up.
Oh, bruised knees, scratches on their arms. It's just amazing.
Emma Simpson does a nice job dodging the defense in the backcourt. So now she'll bring it across the midcourt stripe with 3:03 to go here in the 4th. 40-31, Eastmont on top. Turnaround shot at the paint. Good by Emily DeFore. 6 points for DeFore, all here in the second half. Alvarado collects it on the wing right, drives down the lane, puts the shot up on the run, no good. Rebound, volleyballed around, picked up offensively by Berman. Berman went out with a drive. Left-handed runner on the way, no good. Rebound tapped outside. Emma Simpson comes up with it, and Emily DeFore shaken up again. Boy, she has a right wheel that is not feeling so good right now for Eastmont. But she quickly goes down the floor, ready to play as Emma Simpson starts the offense. To Vaughn, inside to 4. Turn around. turnaround shot on the way, no good. Limping as she comes away from the ball, and will get free throws to come on the foul by Drew Billups, and that is her 5th personal foul. She is now disqualified.
And once again, Eric DeFore didn't put the ball on the floor, kept it about chest level, turn around. He has a beautiful turnaround jump shot. Didn't go in that time, but that's her shot right there.
And her right, I think it's her ankle.
It's looking pretty shaky.
It is tender right now, but she's manning it up here, for lack of a better term.
Right.
Makes the free throw for Eastmont. Emily on senior night, she'll have to have blood showing somewhere to take her out of this game. DeFore makes the second. 44-31, Eastmont by 13. Foul going to be called here.
That's it for her.
Against Maddie Chandler. So now Chandler's disqualified.
That was unnecessary foul, though, Eric, and there have been a few of those tonight, but that's just, you can't have those.
I've got her for 5. The scoring bench also says that's 5 on Chandler. So now Felice Arell, she had her hands on hip with not a happy look on her face.
She's asking assistant coach Gabby Gonzalez, can you play?
Yeah. No, I think she said, who's left? So Chandler's now out of the game, and will traverse ends and puts Roxanne Alvarado, she's the one that made 2 moments ago, back there to shoot 2 again for Davis. Good. Alvarado has a sweet looking free throw shot. She just looks like one of those kids that, in the free throw contest that started back when you're in about the 3rd, 4th grade. She was just money. Second free throw, top of the backboard, it bounces off, no good. Rebound by DeFore. DeFore bumped, stumbles, gives it up to Simpson. 2:15 to go. Lob ahead to O'Rourke. Outside, the ball taps, goes to Simpson.
Take your time here.
Emma Simpson goes high post to DeFore and turned to throw it down low in the corner. The ball is touched, though, and a foul called against Davis. The foul is on Alvarado. That's her 2nd personal foul. That'll put Emily DeFore to the free throw line for 1-on-1.
Eric, I swear that every time down the court, we get a whistle.
Yeah.
We have gotten a whistle every time down court.
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you, I think it's a record here. First free throw by DeFore is good as Eastmont extends the lead here to 13, make it 14 points on the second free throw by DeFore. She's got 6 in the quarter, 10 of the ball game for Eastmont. Now with 3 players in double figures. Alvarado with the ball picked up by Heimbigner. She'll hand it off to Bueno. Bueno on the drive. Bounce pass off to Hoberg. Hoberg in the paint. Puts off an off-balance shot. Rebound by DeFore. DeFore off to Simpson. Eastmont's going to win this game.
13 rebounds for Emily DeFore now, Eric.
What a night for her on a bad wheel here on senior night. 1:41 to go. Lob pass out. Hop. It goes to DeFore. Rifles it down in the corner. Out top to Vaughn. Vaughn starts a dribble. Ball stolen away by Amani Brown. Brown wants to say something about this one. Now to Bueno, and her shot good. A blocking foul going to be called, and it's a 3-point play opportunity, and the foul is on Emma Simpson. That's her 4th. Well, the one thing you can't have happen is a 3-point play opportunity. Nia Peasley comes back in for Eastmont. Britt Vaughn will take a seat. Taylor Trujillo will come in for Davis to replace Lachlan Hoberg. So Stella Bueno trying to make it a 3-point play, and she does. 4 points for Bueno in the quarter, 9 of the ball game. 1:25 to go. Simpson in the backcourt is touched and foul called, and this one's on Trujillo, who just checked in. And we'll have 2 free throws for Emma Simpson.
That might have been one of the quote-unquote least fouls we've seen of all the fouls tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. We have NCAA Life News coming up between the ball games, so we've got boys basketball straight ahead with a very, 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 very good Davis Pirates boys team coming up against Eastmont. All the cards are stacked in the visitors' favor coming up, but that's why they throw it up. That's why they play the game, and it is senior night here at Eastmont High School as well. First free throw up and good by Simpson as Hoberg came back in during the intermission there. Second free throw good. Emma Simpson, just money from the line for Eastmont. 13-point lead, 1:20 to go. It'd take a miracle at this point. Amani Brown on the drive. Yeah, don't foul. Here's a layup for her on the run. And Amani Brown has had a great game. She's got 13 of the ball game to lead all scorers here. Emma Simpson dribbling around, putting on a little clinic in the backcourt with 1:04 to go. Directing traffic. Heimbigner comes across the midcourt stripe with the ball. Up the far sideline, and they foul her. Or no, a timeout got to be called first before the foul for Lisa Rell. 60-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here on the NCAA Life Channel and remind you that our broadcast brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk of the wild side. And by Wenatchee Valley YMCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. It's the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. Also by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. The Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club and the Windmill Restaurant. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom here tonight on the NCAA Life Channel. And it's been a long time, Grant, since I've seen this many fouls called in any game.
It's been unbelievable. It really has. And Eric, interesting, we talked at the end of the third quarter, Eastmont had a 10-point lead, maintaining that double-digit lead, and they've been pretty successful at that. It's dipped down to maybe 7 or 8 a couple of times, but Eastmont has pretty much done that this fourth quarter, maintained that double-digit lead.
47 fouls called in this ball game, and guess what? Here's another one.
Wow.
We're going to have more fouls called, possibly, in the game than the winning team has points. And the foul was on, I think, Imani Brown there. That's her fourth. Meanwhile, Nia Peasley to the free throw line. It's been a struggle for her from the line. She's got 2 coming up for Eastmont. First one's good. Stella Bueno comes back into the lineup here for Davis to replace Trujillo. Trujillo came in as the designated fouler.
As if they need one of those. Either team.
Yeah. You're on the floor. You're a designated fouler in this one. Second free throw by Peasley. Good job by Nia. 8 points for Peasley. 50-37. Under a minute to go. Brown out top, picked up by Simpson. Stops and pops from the elbow left. Missed the shot. Rebound out of bounds off of Berman. And will go out to Eastmont.
I'd have put the hands in Amani Brown's hands more, Eric, this second half. She can play when she gets a little bit of an opening. She just didn't get a lot of shots off tonight.
No. Well, and when she did get the looks in the first half on her drive, she was fouled hard.
She was.
And hit the deck a bunch of times. The ball turned over in the defensive end here as the Pirates get it. Bueno stole it away.
No fouls.
With another turnover here as they get a ball down low to Alvarado. And guess what? Foul call. And this one, I think, is on Heimbigner for Eastmont. It is. Well, she was in the game with no fouls, so she had to get one. Cunningham's the only player for Eastmont that doesn't have a foul.
Wow.
And she's only played about 35 seconds in the game. First free throw up and good by Alvarado. And Britt Vaughn's going to come back in. Emily DeFore will come out. And here comes Cunningham. So she has a chance to get a foul and join everybody else with a foul for Eastmont.
And that I have never seen ever.
Emma Simpson checks out of the game as well here on senior night, getting a nice ovation here from the crowd. One more free throw for Alvarado. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Heimbigner in the backcourt. Off to O'Rourke. Bryn dribbling, then feeding up to Vaughn. Vaughn with 10 seconds left will hold on to it. And with 8 with 7, I think Davis finally waves the white flag. And on senior night, the Eastmont Lady Cats win at home and knock off the Davis Pirates by a final of 50-38. Congratulations to the Wildcats here as 13 points for Emma Simpson, 8 points for Nia Peasley, Caitlin Cox with 10 points, Emily DeFore, she had 6 in the fourth, 10 in the ball game. So Eastmont with 3 players in double figures tonight for the Wildcats. Emily also doing the job on the boards as well.
Ends up with 13 rebounds on the night, Eric. 6 of those up to 13 offensive. And Eastmont did a great job against Hoburg in that second half. She had 11 at halftime, only 2 in the second half for a total of 13 for her.
And just 1 point for her, 13 for Imani Brown to lead the way for the Davis Pirates. But Davis falls to 6-5 in Big 9 play. Eastmont improves to 5-6 in the Big 9 with a victory 50-38 over Davis. That's going to do it here for the girls game. Boys game straight ahead. But first, we'll head back to the studios, get you the latest news from the NCW Life Channel. You've been watching basketball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. First of 2 in the books, the second coming your way next.
Thanks for joining us for Eastmont Wildcat girls basketball on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, the Windmill Restaurant, Les Schwab Tires, Confluence Health, TC Slingers, and the Walkabout Grill. We now return to our regular programming on your source for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.